Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. As you can see, this table is packed again. It's probably going to be like this for quite a while for Christmas. We have so many molds to get through. Some of them are not Christmas molds, but some of them I do want to return to Barbara. She gave me these two so I can cast them and make my own molds. And then I will be mailing those back. So I wanted to make these. These I already cast from a couple pieces we made at her house. I have the bear to do again 3 more times, but not 3 today. 2 more of these, only 1 today. I have to re-pour this in clear because yesterday, if you saw, I broke off the little scarf when I was unmolding it and she was not painting it, so she's keeping them clear. So I do want to get her a new one. And then I have this tree. So this is new as well. So this is a huge one. This one I did measure. It's going to go like this. And I have an idea for it. So this is going to be a couple cure day. If when I demold it, I think I can do it, then I will do it. If not, I'm not even going to say what I'm going to do until I see how it's done. This one is going to be Bubble Haven though, because all of these bits and pieces here underneath, they are going to hold so many bubbles. So I'm going to pour this one last because I think I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with it. And I'm going to paint the star with a gold Rolio, it's called gold, and then marble them together with Wild Ivy and Frosted Jade, 2 different greens. And I don't know if we're going to be able to tell the difference between them. I might lighten one up with some white. The bear's got to be white. These I'm going to do a whole bunch of new colors from Let's Resin's alcohol set, the 64 piece. Vibrant, metallic, and pastel. We have all the vibrants, you know, if you already have alcohol inks, but the pastels I'm working through. So I'm going to use Lemon Pie. I'm going to use Mint and Aqua Frost. They are very similar. The mint is just a little deeper. So I'm going to be pouring a whole bunch of different pieces in different colors. Dusty Pink and Lavender. And then for these little bundt cakes, are they the cutest or what? I'm going to do 4 of their new metallics: rose gold, champagne gold, sparkly copper, and purplish red. So I'm going to, again, mix separately. Maybe I'll actually do this Christmas tree first so I can push it out of the way and not think about it for a while. Let me grab some resin. I forgot I need to brush the gold on the star first. It might not work, it might work. This is not like an intense powder or anything, but it's kind of metallic-y, so I think it'll work under the green. If not, I will be painting it after the fact. So I'm just gonna paint the star gold, that's all. No big deal. And then I'll have to clean up where it went, where I don't want it. Maybe I'll just use my finger. Let me grab a finger cut over here real quick. And try to do it like that. Sometimes it works a lot easier if you use your hands. So you could get it right up in there. It actually, when I first saw somebody do this, or somebody mentioned it, I don't remember how I figured it out. I was like, that's going to just rub it right off the silicone. But I was wrong. I'm always wrong. You guys know way more than me, and I love your tips and tricks. And then I can pass them on to everybody who watches. So if you have some great tips, please tell them to me, and if I can try them on camera, that way I could share it with everybody and let everybody enjoy your little tips and tricks. I think I got it all. It's really hard to tell. Just make sure you bang it all out, or that gold is going to float in the resin. And then I'm just going to take, I don't really need that to do this. Let me move a few things out of my way here. A little piece of paper towel and just go clean out all the portions that are dirty. This one's not too bad. I did measure this with water earlier because I didn't want to like underpour it when I'm marbling, and it's fully dry now. But it was 16 ounces, or 15 ounces it said. So I am going to do 16 ounces just in case it holds more. It usually always holds another ounce more than what the water is telling me. You can use alcohol also if you want to measure it. That way you don't have to worry about drying it completely before you pour it. But I did this a while ago, so I know it's dry. Oh, geez. See, now that I did that, just got all over again. This one wasn't too bad. There is little sparkly bits, but I don't know if I can get it all off. I could always take a cotton swab to it, I guess. But this one's not too bad to clean. All right, so let's start with 16 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and use the normal epoxy for this. This one's a little deep, but I think it'll be okay. These all have walls. It should be fine. The only one that won't marble as beautiful is this one because it's one big chunk of resin, and these have the walls, which marble much nicer. But if I can do what I want to do later, then it won't really matter because there's only a little bit of green that's going to be showing. So let me grab the resin now.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage.
As I'm standing here mixing, I'm thinking I'm going to change it up and I'm going to pull one of Don's lines. Does everybody know what that is? I'm going to experiment today. He says that on everything. So that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm not going to use the glue to hold my colors separately. And I'm going to hold back some clear. So I'm going to pour them in, marbling them, you know, the glitz style. Glitz effect is what he calls his style. But I'm going to hold back some clear and put it in with the mixture. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it has like a crackling effect, I think. That's what I'm kind of looking for. So let's get these mixed up. I'm going to dissolve them in alcohol first so we don't have any unmixed mica powders. And I'll probably lighten one of them up. That one is the, let me look, Frosted Jade. And this one is the Wild Ivy. They're a little different, but not a ton different. I think I'm going to lighten up this Frosted Ivy, or Wild Ivy. Got them mixed up. I'm just going to put some, let me grab some white mica powder back here. Didn't pull the one out I want to use. This is the Crystal White. Oops, I just put green in there. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Let's just lighten that one up a little bit. So if there will be a difference, we'll be able to see a difference. And I'm just going to pour 99% alcohol. A little bit, just enough to get it dissolved. No more, no less. That's almost enough. I have not had any projects since I started doing this with unmixed mica powder, which is amazing. Again, this is one of the tips you guys gave me. I didn't come up with this alone. So this was a viewer who told me this is what she does. Give it a try and see if I like it, and I do. So I'm just gonna, I don't even stir it. I just make sure I put enough in there so I can just shake it and then, oops, that was too much. But it'll dissipate as it always has. I've done too much many times. It really isn't a big deal. If I have any issues from doing this, I will certainly tell you. Well, you're going to see it anyway. And this has plenty of time to dissipate because as it sits here, it's going to dissipate into the air. And I still have to mix it, vacuum chamber it, the whole shebang. If you don't, I mean, if you want to use the glue thing, or you don't want to use the glue thing, but you want to make sure that they stay separate, what you could do is wait for a while after they're done, debubbled and whatever, and just let them sit and get really, really thick. And you'll probably get the same effect, which I think I have done in a video. I can't remember what I do and don't do. I'm going to leave the rest for clear. I don't know how much it is. Let me look. 16, oh, 4 ounces for clear. Then we're going to mix this up. Again, all that alcohol is going to rise to the top. And as it sits here, it's going to go into the atmosphere. It's going to set my air purifier off. I started using a microphone because you can hear all the background noise. So a lot of people are like, please tell me you're using your air purifier. I don't hear it going off very often anymore. You know, you guys are all always looking out for me and I appreciate that. Yes, it's going off, but because I have a microphone on, you can't hear it anymore. So that's good. I mean, unless I'm standing next to it, most of the time you can't hear it. So those are two different greens. Do I want more white? No, I think I'm just going to leave it. Leave it as it is. All right, I'm not going to like rush. I'm just going to take my time, let it do its thing in the vacuum chamber, and maybe let it heat up for a little bit. It's kind of deep, so it won't take too long.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky.
I've let them sit after debubbling, so this is about 100 degrees. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 37.5 degrees Celsius, just for reference if you guys want to wait. We'll see how it works. I'm not saying that's the perfect temperature. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm waiting till it got a little bit thicker. So for the lid, it's not going to be as great because you can't really marble well in something to this shape. So I'm just going to pour it in. Hopefully we got no bubbles. There was one in there. Now that these are sitting here, I don't see any difference in the color, so this might be all for nothing. One has more sparkle in it. I don't think I saved enough. Oops. Clear. I'm going to save that clear for the trees themselves. Or I should say the body of the tree themselves. Why do I feel, every time I mix something, I feel like it's not going to be enough. I better put a little bit more in there. I don't know if it's going to do anything. Might give it a little bit of a crackle effect, but I can tell you these greens are way too close. I don't even know why I'm bothering. I thought for sure it was lightened up, but it's not, so I'm just going to go with it. So I could be doing all of this work for absolutely nothing. Let me see which lighter works here. This one does. Let me get this. And I'm just going to move it aside since we have a lot to do today. All right, same thing. Oh, I forgot to spritz with alcohol. That just stops any... Oh, you know what? These bubbles, you guys. Oh, shoot. I totally forgot. I'm sitting here pouring, pouring, pouring. Look at all these bubbles that are formed. This is not going to be well. I over poured. I've got all these bubbles in here. This is not going to be fun. That one came out. All that white that you see, that's air. We are going to have a ton of bubbles. Look at that big one. Try to get it out, but I knew this was going to be really difficult. Yeah, I spilled some. I might have to pour some in later. Oh my gosh. Look at those bubbles, they're everywhere. And it's heating up. So even if I was to get a marbling, I'm probably ruining it right now. See, they're popping out, but not all of them. Some of them are popping out, but there are a lot in here. Unless that's the mold that's thicker right there that I'm seeing, but I see a lot of white. Maybe that is thicker right there. Let's just pray that's what that is. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Totally forgot about the bubbles. And you kind of have to have it not completely full like I filled it, but you do have to have it up underneath that this section here so you can get the bubbles out. I'm just going to leave it for now. Might mess around with it later. I don't know if I have enough now because I spilled it. And let's start this one real quick. Maybe I'll just get them poured and then mess around with the bubbles. I think I'll do these together. So it'll be somewhat similar because this is getting really warm. I don't know why I'm bothering, but we'll give it a try anyway. And then when it gets to the top surface again, I'll have to try to squish the bubbles out. There is such barely a difference in color. Maybe we'll be surprised when it's cured. I don't know. Come on. The clear is getting thicker than the green. I don't know. I covered it under the word experiment, right? That's what I'm going with. Here's this long spatula that I was sent. It comes in handy for these tall bottles. I'm not going to have a ton of clear. So that's, I should have saved more, but I didn't. Let me just scrape, well, I'll scrape it out on the next layer. Man, I wonder why they designed a mold like this. See all that white? That is all going to be bubble heaven. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be short. More than I thought. That ain't good. Let's see if we can get some of these bubbles released. Just going to go around each one. It's not really full enough to release them on this one. Let me get everything out. I need to get it filled up. I can't believe 16 ounces wasn't enough when I measured it with water. It's no big deal. I think if I pour clear in, just clear, and not put the green in, we might get something from the back. I don't know. That's what I'm going to do anyway when I mix up the rest of it. That, or we're going to get a green layer or a clear layer. That one, is it high enough to squeeze these bubbles out? I see some bubbles coming out. Oh, that one's nice and full now. Basically just pinching it until I see it all green. They're coming up. This one was easier than that one. That one, I'm not sure. I think, I don't know. It's probably bubbles and I'm probably wrong, but it feels like that mold is thicker right there. which is why it's still white, but I could be completely wrong. This is the first time I'm pouring it, and if there was any bit of marbling, it's gone now. Got that one. There's another bubble here. I think I got that one. Bubble here. Got it. Come on. I think I got it. See, they continue to make bubbles right there. Oh, but this can go on forever. Even when you think you have it out. There's another one. Yeah, it's going to be a green tree, you guys. That's fine. We're going to make it beautiful. Goodness. Another bubble. Oh, this is not a good design at all. Look at these. They're just forming as I go around. I'm probably moving them from one spot to the other. I guess I could probably put it in the vacuum chamber, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, how many times? Look at them all coming out. And then they're back over here. I just don't want like a messed up edge. I don't want to have to build an edge. So I'm thinking these have lots of bubbles then. Yeah, there was one. Look at them. They're forming. You know what I'm going to do? No, I can't. This is too full. It's like, look at all that space in there. Let me get some more in here. All that time marbling different colors, all for nothing. Let's get, yeah, it's not gonna go through the vacuum chamber that high. That is just too high. Pressure pot, if you have one, definitely for this one. This is definitely a candidate for a pressure pot. It would just squeeze those bubbles till they were gone. All right, well, it is what it is, you guys. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Look at all those bubbles that came back up.
She's got her gloves on tight, apron tied in a bow. Christmas tree mold on the table, ready to go. Pouring green resin, smooth and slow. But those bubbles pop up, saying, oh no, oh no. She stirs, she waits, she taps aside. Patience running thinner than the resin's tight. Bubbles in the resin, won't you let me be your wrecking my Christmas tree? I poke and I prod, I tap and I pray, but you just keep rising, ruin my day. Bubbles in the resin, won't you set me free? Hair pulled back, frustration in her eyes. The glitter's on standby, the stars need their shine. Heat gun humming, she's giving it a try. But the bubbles laugh back, nice try, nice try. She leans, she blows, she holds her breath. It's a resin war, life or death.
Y'all, that was a nightmare. That was an absolute nightmare. 3 gloves later, 3 glove changes. I put the big piece into the vacuum chamber with the new pour of resin, and it didn't help. I still have 2 bubbles on that one. The middle piece, I have a lot of bubbles. I can't get rid of them. So yeah, that, if you have that one, you better hope you have a pressure pot. That's all I could say. That one is not fun. So I think my idea of finishing it is going to work. So I'm kind of going to be forced into doing that. I think I'm going to have to fix those bubbles with UV resin first, and that's going to be a lot of fixing. I mean, if you've had success on that one, I don't know if anybody's done this one. Tell me what the trick is, because that one kicked my little behind. That one was not fun, and I'm still not happy with it. And of course, I lost all the marbling. Okay, this one is for the bear and the snowflake. So I'm going to pour 4 ounces into this cup. I mean, I know the snowflake is going to be blue. However, let me get a little bit more. I'm going to first tint it white. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of this into another cup to tint it blue. And I don't think that bear takes more than 3. I know that snowflake is 1. I don't really know what 1 ounce is. I want to get it right so I don't. This is about a 1 ounce little cup, these little throwaways. You fill that up, it's about 1 ounce. I'll do a little bit more. And then whatever the rest is left, I'm going to pour the clear into the clear icicle. And then whatever's left on that, I'm going to start splitting into all those other tiny small ones so we could test all those colors. That's my plan. Whoops. Let me get some blue. The blue I chose today is Hint of Brass by Dianca Pours. And I just want the ever slightest bit. Just the tiniest hint to make it look like a glacier. Not white, but not like blue blue. And it's going to be very sparkly. Just like the last one I did yesterday. That looks pretty good. Time to get these bubbles out. I won't bore you with those details. Man, the cleanup on this table, you should have seen it. Oh, it was crazy. I'll be right back. While I was waiting for this in the vacuum chamber, I was squeezing more bubbles out. It's really, really warm. And of course I spilled, but I did get a few more bubbles out. So now I need to use some of this clear to fill it back up. But I think it's worth it, because now I only see just a couple bubbles left. I think what's happening, I'm sure what's happening, is the bubbles are rising and they're getting caught on the lip. It happens on everything, especially with animals with chins and things like that. The bubbles rise to degas itself, and then they get caught on the silicone, and that's where they're forming. So maybe now that it's nice and warm and thick, and I got some more out, we won't have too many. This top one, I can't tell if there's bubbles in there or not. So let's put that aside. Okay, moving on, moving on. Wow, this one is really challenging today. And it's just a tree. It better be a good tree after all this. Okay, now this one, just squeezing the ears. I'm going to lean it up against the lid of that one, just in case, because it feels like it's top heavy, which is bottom heavy. Just going to dome that one and walk away. Okay, I do have some white left. Let's pour this one here. Spritz it. And I do go into all these in case you haven't seen this gorgeous mold yet. Okay. Just fill it up from the back. About 1 ounce is perfect. I usually have to drill out the hole. The hole gets buried almost every time. All right, let me scrape my little cup here. That one's good. And set this baby aside. What a disaster today. Goodness. The challenges that I like are to create something interesting, not challenges of just pouring a mold to get it full. I don't like bubble challenges. That's not fun. All right, this one, I do want to take a dotting tool down in that little nose. Get that one little air bubble out. There it comes. We were good on the noses yesterday. I'm just going to fill this one up, easy peasy. I thought I saw a piece of glitter. I did. It's right there. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to pour a little bit more. And this one has to be completely cooled before you pull it out of the mold because of that scarf that sticks out. That's why I'm repouring. Okay, I got a little white left. You know what? What can I pour that into? Something small here. Let's do this one. That should be good. Just to get that out of the cup and I can concentrate. Oh geez, I'm gonna have more. Oops. Come on, go back in there. Gonna have more, you guys. Do I have another small one? I do. Let me just spritz and pour. This one probably won't be filled up at all. Not enough. Let me just scrape it out. Let's see what we got. I'm sure I'll have some left from the other pours. Well, maybe not. I think I'm going to need to mix more anyway. It's amazing what scrapings can do. Get around that hole maker. You should have seen me scraping those cups on the fast forward. I was trying to scrape every last drop into that Christmas tree. I don't think I've scraped a cup so hard in my life. And it was, of course, thick and warm and not wanting to come off my spatula. There we go. That one's full. Look at that. Scrapings made it happen. Okay, let's get these out. Let's do some fun stuff now. Gosh, that was crazy. What do we got? We have 2 donuts. This is a heart and looks like a little piece of mail, like an envelope. So I just need these little tiny cups, and I'm just going to split it so I can have a little bit more working time here. That I'm wasting a lot of time. I don't know what I need for these. Not much. Half an ounce maybe. And then the 2 donuts. What was I going to do? This, those 2. Oh, I have donuts, 3 different colors. Okay. 3 little cups here. 1, 2, 3. And I didn't open all those. Okay, I need to open them. I'll do ½ ounce in each one. And save the rest in case I need to top something up. It's basically scrapings. And I need a small stick and something to open up. You would think, you know what? Let me get these opened. That's better. Just in case you're new, I'm just using a thumbtack. I just didn't want to waste your precious time watching me open bottles that I should have had open. All right, let's do this. We're going to squirt. I don't really want a lot, just enough to color it. This one is the mint, and of course my resin is getting warm. And I need to get moving. We'll do the heart in mint. Oh, look at that, perfect. Something's actually going to work out for me today. Now, I am probably speaking too soon because I haven't demolded anything yet. So this, oops, that was mint again, shoot. Well, we're mixing together too. Mint and aqua frost. Like in a hurry because I could feel the warmth of the resin. I don't want to be pouring out a sticky mess. These look so similar. Well, of course I have mint in this one. Maybe I'll put more aqua frost in it just to make sure we're getting mostly that color. The envelope is aqua frost. They're not completely full, but they don't need to be for any reason. I really don't even know what you would use these for other than maybe I guess you could drill through it and make a tag out of it. A magnet. Okay, next we will do lavender and dusty pink and lemon pie. Before I mix them wrong, let's put another one in there. Lemon pie will do for the donuts. Of course, you know, I debubbled all this stuff and then I just mixed in a bunch of bubbles. But that's okay. They're crystal diamond molds. It won't matter. You won't see it. These are so cute. These little donut things. I love these ones. That's why I wanted to mold them. I brought home the castings that Barbara made when I was in Denver with her and made a mold out of it. I will link them for, I'm not going to sell them. I would never do that to Into Resin. So if you want them, I will link them to Into Resin with my discount code to save 20%, guys. 20%. Which one was which? I think this was the pink. I want to add 2 more drops. We'll do the pink donut and the lavender shoes. These are baby shoes. Can I squeeze it in? Ooh, not too much. Lavender baby shoes. And then I don't need much for those bundt cakes. I just need to mix up more resin today. No big deal. No big deal. Another, what, 5-10 minutes of my life? If I would have mixed all this up at the same time, there was no way I would have ever had time to do everything I had to do today. That is part of the reason this one has this one is a split mold because of the way the shoes were. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out for me. Theirs was kind of, well, theirs wasn't a split mold, but it was a little different when I was pouring it. So I was like, I wonder what that's for. Then when I molded it myself, I saw why they had to do what they did on the original one. So when you get, if you buy the original one from them, don't go cutting off any silicone pieces. You're going to need them. Because it looked like they forgot to cut a piece off behind this shoe on this side. but you actually need it there to make it. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to mess around with drips today. I just am not. All right, I'm going to clean this up and grab more resin. I only mixed up 2 ounces this time. Opened all my containers. Now the one is a little deeper, this one here, so I mixed up a little bit more for that one. So no rhyme or reason. This one is rose gold. This one is sparkly copper. I did mix these on my little vortex mixer, purplish red, because they're metallics and there's usually sediment on the bottom. Champagne gold. So I just gave them a quick mix on that little thing. That thing is super cool if you don't have one. They're not that expensive. And you can mix up like your sinker whites in there, your metallics in there, things like that. I was going to throw these through the vacuum chamber, but you know what? I don't think it's necessary. They're so shallow, and I'm pretty sure this will degas on its own. So I'm going to take my chances. I do want good castings. I'm going to make a mold of these and send this back to Barbara so she can play with it. This one didn't take too much, and it looks like it's good. I'm sure there's a lot of bubbles in here, but it should be okay. This one might need more. This one is a champagne. Champagne gold. Maybe not. That looks pretty. Like a perfectly baked little bundt cake. All right, well, let me get these out of the way so we don't have any spills. I probably won't remember which is which. I'll try to do my best to figure it out after demold. Okay. Isn't it cute? Oh, there's something in there. All right. Let's do, which one was the deepest? This one. I don't know if I have enough or not. Oh yeah, plenty. Hopefully I won't need that little tiny bit for something else. That alcohol will help pop the bubbles that I kept from using the vacuum chamber on as well. Oh, I'm going to have extra. Great. Let's do this one, champagne. I'll dome them since I have extra. Gorgeous. I think this is the rose gold. We'll call it a strawberry donut. All right, that's all of them. I think this one went in here. I'm just going to top that up just a little bit so I don't have much trimming. All right, yay, let's see. What can I put those in? I think I'm going to pour them in this 3D butterfly. All of them, and see what happens. Just going to do one at a time. And whatever it is, it is. Squeeze that edge where that wing is. You might actually have extra again. That one filled up that whole wing, so let's fill up this whole wing with this one. And maybe the body with a different color, I don't know. Squish, oops, there goes the body, never mind. Can I get it out? Yes, I can. You stay there. We'll get you filled. And then we'll do the body like, I don't know, champagne. What do you think? That might be cool. So I still have some more. Where can I stick this in? I guess we'll do a little turtle. Why not? Why not? Let's see. I don't want all the colors. I'm just gonna try to get a little bit of each color, but not that it's going to do anything before I just dump them in. I would have used disposable had I known I wasn't going to use a vacuum chamber, but I figured I was going to use a vacuum chamber, and these were a little more sturdy to be handling in and out of there. But that didn't work out so good for me. Of course, I don't have enough. I need like the tiniest little, let me see what I have. Tiniest little squeegee. Maybe this will work. This one. It's not going to work. After a while, these things, you can't get them clean anymore, and you can't get the resin off, which makes the tips hard. So that one's not good for this anymore. I have been spraying down my silicone tools like this with mold release spray from a suggestion after I clean them, and it's so far so good, but it hasn't been that long. But I think it'll work. I think it'll keep my tools from getting all that resin residue sticking, because eventually you do have to replace them. But maybe I can make it last longer. Trying to get every last drop out of these. I only need a few more drops. Come on. One more. Maybe I'll have some clear in that cup, but I'm pretty sure I scraped that cup pretty clean. That's pretty good anyway. I don't really think I need anything else. Perfect. All right. Let's see who the comment of the day is. Talk about cleanup. Oh my gosh, you guys. The cleanup on those molds was insane. I used so much sticky tape to get all that off, as if I'm going to pour that again. I don't plan on it anytime soon. Let's do the extras, which are these. Oh, I forgot that piece. Let's get that off. And that piece. All right. Everything is cooled down, so I won't be ripping anything off of anything. Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. I love that Rolio Pearl White. That's what it does. It's like crushed crystal, you guys. It's like a big jar of crushed crystal. And this one should be the same. Yep. Gorgeous. Oh man, I got a little bit, but that's going to be covered with a stone, so no big deal. I did pull blue out of the back. How it got there, I don't know. I have to go back and watch the video and see how it got there, but a little bit of it sunk. But that's okay. It's perfectly fine. Let's do this little turtle that got all the extras. And he's cute. Cute little thing. I'm just going to trim him up, put some eyes on him. That's about it. Oh, he's got a little smile on his face. I think this one came from Amazon. So that one's pretty cheap. Let's do this one. Is the two-tone butterfly. Three-tone butterfly, I should say. Pull that out. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. I didn't even realize I could do something like that until today. So that's kind of cool. Nice. I like it. I like it. All right, let's do these. These are the metallics. I don't remember which one is which. You guys saw this just a second ago, not me. I do know this. Oh, this one is the purplish red. Purplish red little donuts. So I will probably put sprinkles on these things. And that is this one. Oh, I didn't put a whole lot in. So I don't know if it's going to change if you put more than that in or not. So that was purplish red. I know this one was champagne. That was this one. This little bundt cake is so cute. I got some micro bubbles. I can't cast something with micro bubbles, so I will have to pour this in clear off camera to get a good casting so I can make. So these are, yeah, I'm just going to put some sprinkles on them. This is, where did they go? Not that one. Must be this one. Rose gold. Yeah, that looks like rose gold. So there is rose gold. So I will have to pour these again. So we'll go ahead and finish them all up. And then this one is the sparkling copper. Looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup, doesn't it? Exactly. For sure. I'm not going to really do anything to that one. Because what do you do with a Reese's peanut butter cup? I don't know. Put it in a little... I have little mini muffin things from my bakery. Put it in a little mini muffin paper. That would look cute. Okay, that one's done. Let me set this aside so I could pour that another day. Let's do the heart, which was the greener of the two. Mint. It must have been mint. Look at that. Now this I can cast because it's so sparkly you wouldn't even see a micro bubble if there was one. That is so cute. I hope I can find this. I don't know. This might have come in her... If this came in her mystery box, there won't be a link. And in that case, I could probably mold it because they don't sell it. So I don't know. This one is the... Ooh, look how cute. This is the Aqua Frost. That is pretty. A little micro bubble there and there and there. So that would need to be cast again. That is so cute. It's a little purse. I thought it was an envelope. And it's a purse. That is so adorbs. Okay, we'll put that one aside. I guess they'll be like magnets or something. This one can be like a keychain. I think I'll put an eye screw in there. I don't know. Okay, these are the donuts. Look at that purple. No, this one's not the purple. It's the pink. This one is the dusty pink. That's so cute. Even the little flowers came out. And sprinkles, there's sprinkles on top of that. How cute is that? I should highlight the sprinkles and stuff. And then this is the yellow, which was lemon something. Lemon pie. Same on this. Oh, this one got a little bubble in that flower. I just won't highlight the flowers. I'll just highlight the sprinkles. Need a little trimming around the bottom. Take something and trim that off. Really easy. Easy peasy. That's what happens when you overfill handmade molds, because they're hand cut too, and people just don't have cutting skills like machines do. So you usually end up with this little lip that you have to trim. Happens on mine too, because I am not a machine. But it's easy enough to trim off. There we go. Love it. So cute. Okay, let's get these feet out of here. All right, come on. Oh, look at that. These are the lavender ones. Lavender. See how that sediment settles at the bottom? That's what I was talking about. That's why I use my little mini vortex mixer to mix that up. But look at how cute. Let me trim that right off. They have little hearts on them. Oh, what is in there? Oh, good. It came off, whatever it was. So to get that angle of the shoe, you have to leave the flap on the mold. I'll trim these up, but they're adorbs, super adorbs. All right, let's do this one. I think I have one more left for her. That's gorgeous. I have to drill that out. I'm just going to do that now. So I'm going to, this is like, oops, wrong button, my eye screw drill, which is really small. I have two drills. The other one has a bigger drill bit. And I just kind of do that and make that opening big enough for the little string I'll put in there. But that is so pretty with that crystal in it. Love it. Okay, what do we got? That one's done. That's done. Let's do this one. It's cooled. Nothing should be breaking off. I'm going to pull it up just in case. There we go. Oh, it's got a bubble, of course. His nose is good, though. I'll fill that with a little UV resin and cure it. Just build up a little scarf there. So that one's good. Good, good, good. All right, the bear. Whoops, this goes with that. The bear hopefully has no bubbles in his ears. And since it's cold, I don't need to worry about spraying the mold. I think I've got 3 more of those to make. He's good. So I did the 2 boys. I have 3 girls to do. So yeah, that'll be more fun than doing the boys. I have so many more things for little girls than I do boys. Now I'm installing for this tree because I don't want to see what it looks like. This is going to be the worst, I think. The worst of them. I did keep filling them up with the clear, so they are domed. They should fit perfectly fine. Come on. All right. Let's see the bad news. And then I'll figure out exactly what I want to do to finish this off, because I know I have a lot more work to do. A lot. Oh, the star. I got to get the star out. Oh, the star came out pretty decent. Of course, there's no marbling. Well, I take that back. You could see a couple, but that's going to be covered. These are like little snow caps part of it. You got to be kidding me. The one that I thought had the most bubbles have 3 tiny little micro bubbles there. Who cares about that? All that frustration and all that work I did squeezing. It worked, you guys. Oh, yay. All right, center one. I could see a bubble right here for sure. Here. We got a couple of them, but they weren't these massive, huge holes that I thought we were going to get. You're going to get micro bubbles up underneath that edge. There's no way around that. Without the pressure pot, I should say. There is a way around it, but not many people use pressure pots. Some do, some don't. Let's see. We'll look at the top first before I look at the bottom of it. So I do see a couple different colors. Not like I wanted. It's clearly smushed together. And, well, we got some holes. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before they were like the size of these things. So I didn't do too bad. I think if you do have this, maybe wait until it was really sticky like I did. It was really, really warm. Really, really thick. And then I finished pushing as much of the bubble out as I possibly could. But that will go on to like that. It's not like you're going to see the bottom, but I know they're there, so they bother me. That is cute. All right. And if you just wanted that size tree, you're done. You got a little jar. You don't have to do all 3 layers, I don't think. Unless you wanted to. Maybe you're running low on resin and you only want a tiny little tree for a little tiny table. There you go. Done. All right. We're gonna pull this up. It's a pretty color nonetheless. I really wanted 2 colors. The clear didn't do a whole lot more than, I mean, I thought it was going to do more, although I didn't have as much clear as I thought I did, which the clear did sink to the bottom. And let's see. Wow! One there, tiny baby there, tiny baby there. Oh, that is so much better than what I had. I'm so glad. I'm pretty sure I can cover that. I don't even know if I need to cover it. I'm going to see what I'm going to do. Let me... That is cute, though. It's up. Oh, it's so cute. Here it is put together. I mean, you could paint all these like that, but my idea is not paint. So let me get some things together. These things can all get pushed aside until I figure out how to finish that. And I will see you in a split second. This is what I have been planning. So I know they don't sell this anymore, but sometimes I need to use it. But they do sell a product that will do probably the same thing, but not Let's Resin. And I don't really know where, I'll have to find it. I don't know. But it's a thickener for your resin that somebody sells that. But since I have this is the hand-painted epoxy resin that Let's Resin used to sell. They don't sell it anymore. But sometimes I really want to use it. So I'm sorry that you can't get it, but I'm sure there are other options out there. Like I said, I know they sell a thickener you can put in your resin to do this, but I want it pipeable. See, it won't move. It won't come off my stick. I'm going to pipe on the snow in white and let it cure. This takes a lot longer to cure. Like this is going to be several hours on a heat mat, definitely 24 hours. You have a very, well, it doesn't matter because you can't buy it, but if you have it, you have a very long time to work with it. They did sell it for a while, but I don't think it was a big seller for them, so I think they pulled it down, unfortunately. But yeah, sometimes I have to use it, but I want it white. You can color it the same way. I'm going to use this sparkle white because I want it shimmering like snow. And just mix it up, and I'm going to put it in a piping bag. I got 3 jars out so I can kind of go up and underneath. And you don't put this through a vacuum chamber or anything. It just doesn't need that. That is so pretty. I'm going to put one more scoop in anyway. Just because I can. Then I'll get it into the piping bag, and we're going to pipe it on, and then I'm going to set it up on top of the jar. That should be plenty. I'll set it up on the jar so it can dry with the 3D effect. You know what I mean? So I'll put it here, put it on the jar like that. This way the edges, if they're over, they won't go onto the table. Then I'll set them out of the way. So what I typically do is I trim everything and then I wash everything down. And then I start this process of finishing everything. So I've already trimmed, I've already washed with soapy water. Now I'm just going to get this piped in, and this does not like, I need a cup. It doesn't just jump into anything. It doesn't pour or anything like that. So we're going to just scoop it into this piping bag. And this was 2 to 1 by weight. So I mixed up 36 grams total. It was 12 of one and 24 of the other. And it does go a lot farther than you think. And I think this will do it. Well, it's not going to be completely done. I will finish up the tree the rest of the way after I see this finished and cured. And I can look at it again and see what else I want to do to it. Because I do want, you know, some light bulbs on there and stuff like that. We're going to trim the tree. So let's get my bag tied up here. And if I need to make more, I'll make more, but I don't think I will. Anytime I've ever made it, I've only made 30 grams and I always had leftovers because it goes pretty far. All right, let me grab my scissors and we're going to begin. And like I said, it holds its shape. So when I put it on, it's just going to kind of sit there where you put it. So I'm just going to dab it onto all the snow blocks of the tree. And I kind of want those like peaks, you know what I mean? So it looks like snow. Just like that. And it won't run off or anything. That's why I love this stuff so much. I can't believe they don't sell it. I'm so upset that they don't. I have plenty. Don't send me any. I have the entire bottle I had bought. And then when someone found out that they didn't sell it anymore and saw me using it, they had never opened their jar or their bottles and they sent me some. So I have a lifetime's worth. But I feel sorry for you guys because it's the coolest stuff ever. And it works really good. So I'm just going to dab it on. And then take, what can I take? A stick or something. And I'm just going to kind of form peaks with it. Like that. So it doesn't look like I piped it on. You know what I mean? Get rid of all those piped parts. And it'll look like that instead. So that's cute. You don't have to wait. I didn't wait or anything. There's like no need to wait for a temperature. It's just automatically thick. And then I'll do most of this in a fast forward, but I just wanted to show you. So if you can find that thickener, which I'm sure I'll find it, I'll link it for you if I can. I'm sure I will. And then I've never used that thickener, but I would assume you just add it to your resin until it's thick. And then you pipe it on the same way I'm doing mine. So there is other options. And if you have other ideas, please put them in the comments for people who want to do this but don't want to buy the products. What other products can we use to do the same thing? That is the question of the day. There, that is adorbs. I think that looks good, so I'm just going to set it over on my little tray there, or my bottle. I'm just going to flick all those piping parts off like I did on the top over here. Sorry you can't see. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all 3 of these, finish up all these, and then we'll see you when everything's cured.
Michelle's hands are steady, the resin's still warm. She's crafting snowflakes, her own Christmas norm. What she thought was a fail turned into gold, a story of beauty that never gets old. Glitter and grace shining so bright under the glow of the Christmas tree light. Every piece tells a tale, every sparkle sings, serving the Lord in the joy that she brings. Snowman icicles, snow caps that gleam, each little ornament born from a dream. Leftover resin, she won't let it waste, turning mistakes into treasures with faith. She hums a hymn, her heart takes flight, working with love in the still of the night. Glitter and grace shining so bright under the glow of the Christmas tree light. Every piece tells a tale, every sparkle sings, serving the Lord in the joy that she brings. What seemed like a failure now glistens and gleams, proof that his love redeems broken dreams. Her hands are his tools, her heart is his song, each resin creation where faith belongs. Glitter and grace shining so bright under the glow of the Christmas tree light. Every piece tells a tale, every sparkle sings, serving the Lord in the joy that she brings.
I got everything cured in one day, so that hand painter's resin cured much faster than I thought on the heat mat. I think it took about 3.5, 4 hours on the heat mat to cure, so I went ahead and decorated off camera. These are the 3 for Barbara that I finished. I put an eye screw in the top with some super glue so they won't come out, so she can hang them with whatever she wants to hang them with now. Here's the second one of the 3, so it's the same as the one I did yesterday. Here's the cute little feet. I just painted silver on there and put UV resin. So if you didn't see, I had put UV resin in a black bottle so it doesn't cure. That way it's so much easier to paint on sealing things. I love that idea. It's working amazing. This one, I went and got my paper cup and I glued it to the bottom so it looks like a little candy. That's all I'm going to do to that one. And these two, all I did was paint the little hearts. They are so cute. I put magnets on the back of them. But, and then I sealed them in with UV resin since it's so easy to do. I've been sealing everything in lately. Here's the butterfly with some gold pearls. And then the turtle, I just painted the face. Magnets on the back of those. Then we have the two ornaments. I just put some blue and white are classic, gorgeous colors for Christmas. Beautiful. So, and then I put the little hangers on them. Here's the two donuts. I colored in the sprinkles and the flowers. So I don't know if I like them. Do you like them with or without the paint? I mean, you can't see them without the paint, obviously now, but if you can remember back, you couldn't really see all those details, but I don't know if I'm in love with the paint on them, but they're there now, and magnets on the back of those. Here's the bundt cakes. Look at those. So I had a whole bunch of different fake, these are fake sprinkles. I think they're made out of foam or something. So I just glued them on. I just kind of put a whole bunch of sprinkles in a pile, put glue on top, and smashed them in like you would a normal donut. So those are adorbs. Magnets on the back of those. Here's the snowman I saved from yesterday. So I ripped this off, right? So I glued it back on, can't even tell, painted it up, put a little eye screw in there, covered everything with UV resin. So that's all sealed in, and that is the clear one that is no longer broken. Yay me. Here is the bear. I made a little girl. Isn't that cute? So somebody sent me these cute little cameras. So it was a little bit long. I just glued it on the back of her neck as if she's holding the camera. Rhinestones, of course, and the hat, and then I glued that little bow on the hat. So there's the first of the girl bears. I have two more girl bears to do. I already have the boys done. If you didn't see them, I'll go grab them right here. Since they're sitting here, I might as well show you if you didn't see them. So here's the two boys. One's got a cell phone, one's got a guitar and a hat. So those are cute. Two more to do. All right, are you ready to see the adorable, gorgeous Christmas tree? So it went from frustrating to fabulous. I don't know how I pulled it off, but it did. I absolutely love it. It is so gorgeous. Look at this. So 3 layers, clearly. And I just had it put together when I was decorating it, so I didn't do something I shouldn't do. So I glued all this stuff on with super glue. Isn't that cute? So these are sticky themselves. That's all I had left from that other tree that I had done. So that took everything else that I had. Then I had these bows. Everything came from Hobby Lobby for the decorating. And then I just glued these around the star to give the top a little zhuzh. And yeah, it's so cute now. I'm not even worried about those couple little bubbles. You know, I didn't even fill them in. What is the point? You're never going to see them. So all of this cured beautifully. It is sparkling and gleaming snow. It is so cute. Now I kind of like the molds, you guys. I was going to ditch it, but I don't know. It was a challenge, and maybe next time, if there is a next time, I might be able to do my best. But even if there's bubbles underneath, you guys, it doesn't really make a difference. I know we get frustrated with them, but just squish them out when it gets nice and warm and sticky. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna throw it away. Oops, that one got turned. I need to put that back on. And that's it. So I'm so happy with the results. Everything came out so cute. It was just a packed video. I hope y'all are still with me. All right, I'm gonna get you pictures, even longer video if you want to stick around for all the glamour shots, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. a radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story her colors tell. Faith and love in every part, Jesus guides her shining heart. Sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story colors tell. Faith and love in every part, Jesus guides her shining heart. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face.